make my life complete. Ikaw ang bumuo sa akin. Lagi kong inaabangan ang message mo sa umaga. Hello baby, good morning. Kumusta ang gising mo? Happy Mansari! Pero paano? Hindi ko nga alam kung anong paang una kong ihakbang para makapag-move on.
It really feels heaven when you fall in love. But when things have gone wrong, it's hard to let go. It's not easy to move on, especially from your first love. It's so kilig to hear, "You complete me," from your loved one. But how can we truly know that we are complete? And in time of heartbreak, how can we manage our thoughts and feelings? How will we respond if this happens in the future? Hi guys, I'm Teacher Mark and welcome to your show, where you will learn to become more aware of who we are and better understand ourselves and the people around us. I will guide you in your journey of personal empowerment to become more positive as a person, to be the best version of yourself every day, and to help you raise your confidence, self-motivation, and more. Commit to your vision or plan in achieving your aims and goals in life. Join me as we see your limitless potentials. Let's rock! This is Personal Development on DepEd TV. Movie series, K-dramas, or even reality shows portray some similar episodes in our life, which we can relate with. Lines like, "You always run in my mind, every minute of every hour or every day. My life is incomplete without you." Being whole as a person is not easy, and we need to be responsible in our decisions on how we think, feel, and act. Today, we will explore the various aspects of holistic development and illustrate the connections between thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Let's start with physical development. I believe most of you have experienced the physical changes that adolescence has brought. Changes such as hair growth on armpit, legs, chest, and facial hair for boys, an increase in bust size, widening of hips, and hair growth on armpit for girls. However, physical development is not restricted to these changes alone. Now, let's dig deeper on how we will be able to develop the physical aspect of adolescent stage. Aside from the changes that I mentioned, you should be aware that physical growth entails the following: healthy diet and nutrition. We need to eat nutritious foods and take vitamins daily. Especially now that there is a pandemic, vitamins and healthy lifestyle will help us fight viruses. Get adequate rest. Do you know that as you grow older, the number of sleeping hours become lesser? According to World Health Organization and the National Sleep Foundation, children of 1 to 2 years old should have 11 to 14 hours of good quality sleep. Whereas for teenagers like you, it would be 8 to 10 hours. For us adults, 7 to 9 hours daily. And of course, exercise, exercise, exercise. Did you know that this helps you live longer and healthier? Then let us exercise regularly. A simple workout or Zumba will do. Okay, now let's proceed to the second developmental aspect, which is cognitive. Cognitive development means the growth of a person's ability to think and create reasoning. There are different cognitive growths happening in different stages of one's life. However, we will just focus on teenager cognitive growth. Let's have a few examples of cognitive growth and assess yourself as to how many of these have you experienced or yet to experience. More complex thinking processes. Often questions and analyzes situations more extensively. Begins to form his or her own code of ethics. For example, what do I think is right? Developing one's identity. Thinking possible future goals and long-term plans. Making career decisions. Becoming more involved in politics, social issues, and global concepts. So, did you get 7 out of 7 of the samples we have provided? If yes, then congratulations! You have indeed increased your cognitive aspect of development. Now, let's proceed to the third aspect, which is psychosocial development. This term is a combination of psychology and social. This refers to the various stages of human life that are affected by environmental factors. According to Erik Erikson, a German-American psychologist, there are 8 different stages of psychosocial development. In each stage, Erikson believed that people experience conflict that serves as a turning point in the development. One of these conflicts that most teenagers are experiencing during the adolescent stage is identity versus role confusion. This stage plays an essential role in developing a sense of personal identity, which will continue to influence behavior and development for the rest of a person's life. You might have heard the term identity crisis. So why do you think identity is important, especially to teenagers like you? Our personal identity gives us an integrated and consistent sense of self that continues throughout our lives. Our sense of personal identity is shaped by our experiences and interactions with others. And this serves as guide in our actions, beliefs, and behaviors as we age. So, now that you know how important your own identity is, let's tackle the final developmental aspect, which is spiritual. Spiritual aspect is finding your purpose and connecting with yourself, as well as with the world around you. Exercising spirituality varies among people, but some of the examples are faith, prayer, meditation, or even being out in nature. So, how does spirituality help you become whole as a person? Here are some of the known advantages. Better health, less depression and stress, even during difficult times, and more positive feelings. Moreover, here are some of the things that you can do to start exploring your spirituality. Pay attention to how you are feeling. We need to process our feelings like, are you feeling sad, happy, or angry? Then assess why are you experiencing it, and finally decide what are you going to do about it. Like for example, your parent is very angry when you arrive home late. Meditate. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each morning to engage in some form of meditation like yoga and mindfulness meditation. Practice gratitude. Start a gratitude journal and record what you are grateful for each day, like, I'm grateful for my parents. Focus on others. Opening your hearts, empathizing, and helping others are important aspects of spirituality. We need to remember that we need other people for us to grow. Try mindfulness by becoming more conscious. With this, we will become more aware and appreciative of the present. Mindfulness encourages us to be less judgmental both of yourself and others, and focus more on the present moment rather than dwelling on the past or future. Now that we know the various aspects of holistic development, who would be responsible in developing one's personality? Like what many believe, that mindset is everything. Let us try to affirm this line by Adil Ahmed and say it to yourself. I am attracting better because I've discovered that it all starts with me. I am going to change myself first so that everything will go accordingly. I'm not going to blame anyone. I am going to take responsibility in my life. The better I become, the better I attract. We should know how to process our thoughts, evaluate our feelings, and take appropriate actions. But how are thoughts, emotions, and behaviors connected to each other? Let's take a look at this example. What if you saw two of your classmates laughing and looking at you at the same time? What would you feel? What is your take in this situation? Would you feel bad and think that they are laughing at you? Or would you control your feelings and consider the possibilities that they were just having fun and it does not have anything to do with you? Don't fret. If you think that they are laughing at you, this might be a considerable reaction for a teenager like you. In the next activities, we will try to assess your thoughts and make sound decisions for the betterment of yourself. Are you ready? Let's go! First, let's understand some concepts of thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Thoughts are impressions activated by a stimulus in your mind that is evident from the environment that you are in. These conscious thoughts occupies emotions that give life to thoughts and is expressed through feelings. Sometimes, when you're too emotional, you could not think properly because your emotions occupy your thoughts. This means there is lesser space to analyze the situation because feelings occupy it. Behaviors are bodily reactions made based from our feelings that result to actions. For example, if we are feeling sad or depressed, we might have thoughts like, we are not worth loving. Or we might do behaviors like stay in bed all day. On the other hand, if we're feeling happy or excited, we might have thoughts like the future is bright, and we might have behaviors like motivated or inspired to work. Did you see the connections? Thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all connected and influence one another. Have you heard about domino effect? It is when you make a change to one's behavior, activate a chain reaction, and cause a shift in related behaviors as well. Let us try to track your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to come up with a sound decision. Easier said than done, right? But here's an example for you. Our situation. I was lonely last Saturday night because two of my closest friends watched a movie without inviting me. My thought was, I'm alone. I'm not with my friends. My feeling was lonely. In my behavior, I did not reply to their messages. Decision? Will you decide to continue to be friends with them or just let it go? The reason why it is important to track down these thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and even recommended to write or put it in a journal, is for you to assess yourself. It will make you think twice of making bad decisions. As the old saying goes, don't make decisions when you're angry, and don't make promises when you are happy. As teenagers, You also give high regards toward the perspective of others and feeling of concern for others. That may affect your decision. It is called cognitive empathy or theory of mind. Getting this information is the first step toward making a change. Not bad to take notes, right? Change your thoughts. It is important to assess our thoughts and beliefs to check if they are accurate. You might want to adjust some of the beliefs that you have and align it to what is so-called normal. Example, if your father is abusive and alcoholic, and you thought that all men are abusive in their relationship, you will have a belief that you just want to stay single forever. But don't you think that this is overgeneralizing that all men, when in fact, we all know that it isn't true? With this, we need to change our thoughts, to accept reality. One way to work with your feelings is to express it. But it doesn't mean that when you're angry, you will just shout at the person in front of you just to express your feelings. And when you are too angry and can't hold of your emotions, here are tips that you can do to control it. Count 1 to 10. Take a breather. Go walk around. Relax your muscles and repeat a mantra. For example, say, relax, life is good, be kind and have courage. There are also different forms of expressing your feelings, such as dancing, singing, cooking, or doing your favorite pastime. As a responsible adolescent, it is imperative that you evaluate yourself through self-assessment. Self-assessment is your own assessment of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which is completely necessary for you to arrive to an informed decision. We undergo different phases of development that form our individuality. Our personality is a product of genetic response that we inherit from our parents and from the influence of our environment. This environment shaped by the people around us, culture, and practices that we are being raised in, continuously creates social interactions and relationships. These interactions contribute to who we are today and how we choose and decide for ourselves. Personality development is a complex administration of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and behavior that influence our personal judgment. Now that you have learned the connections of the three elements, it's about time that you share your own experience when thoughts, feelings, and behaviors either agreed with one another or otherwise. Share it on your social media account, and don't forget to use the hashtag MyPDJourney and hashtag DepEd TV.
Hey buddy, time to let go. Time to move on.
Hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala siya. Ganun ko siya kamahal.
Pero bago ka matutong magmahal ng ibang tao, dapat matutunan mo munang mahalin ang sarili mo para kapag dumating ang the right one para sa'yo, handa ka nang magmahal muli.
The right one? Hindi ba siya ang the right one para sa akin?
Kapag may nangiiwan sa atin, ibig sabihin daw may darating na mas nararapat para sa atin. Gusto mo ba ganyang kamadatnan ng the right one mo kapag nagkita kayo?
Siyempre hindi. Aayusin ko muna ang sarili ko. Ibabalik ko ang dating ako. Thank you, Sir Mark.
Before we end our episode today, let me share this positive quotation by Mahatma Gandhi. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Invest in yourself, invest in your complete development, and be a blessing to others. This is Teacher Mark. I see greatness in you. know your worth, and make a habit of developing yourself and be your best version every day. See you in our next episode on personality development on DepEd TV.